to this live session. We're having our very first meeting with the mentorship class, and today we are going to be talking about personal branding and brand positioning on LinkedIn. But first of all, I want to be certain about those who have already joined this class. So if you are joining this class, I can see one person already has joined. Please drop a chat, identify yourself so that I can be sure I am not speaking to myself. So if you've joined, please drop in the chat. Thank you for the emoji. You can drop your name so that I know that you are part of us. Oh, Coach K, welcome. Abisoye, welcome. Good evening. 3 people already joined. Amasi, good evening. Thank you so much, ladies. Ola, I see you. Ibironke, I see you. Rosie World, I see you. Elizabeth, you are welcome. Thank you for showing up. Taiwo, pleased to meet you. Good. So I hope you brought your biro, your pencil. No, not pencil, biro now, and your notebook. We have so much ground to cover, and the basic reason, or one of the reasons why this mentorship class was created was to help people struggling on LinkedIn. But then again, there are some basics that we need to cover, real basics we need to cover before we start this class. So there's pretty much, Favor from Aba, you're welcome. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the emoji. So let me be sure, can you hear me clearly and can you see me clearly? Please put in the chat. Can you hear me and can you see me clearly? Let me be sure that I am audible and visible as well. Loud and clear. Ola, thank you. Thank you, Coach K. Very grateful. Loud and clear. Thank you. So I am so pleased to see you all. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sunday, welcome. I can see you. So now, first of all, you should all know that as you are positioned on LinkedIn, there's Martha, welcome. Good. You should all know that as you're positioned on LinkedIn, the first thing I need you to take note of is your mindset. You need to first of all have a mind shift. Some people are already on LinkedIn and they're already feeling like, I can't make it. Especially when you see people's content, you see, I just made $1,000, I just made $500. But I can tell you that currently as we speak, I am able to generate a minimum of 5 leads per week. In fact, a few months ago, I generated 256 leads in a month. The reason why I have not acted out on some leads, I have almost 100 leads as we speak. The reason why I have not acted out on the leads is because I'm still trying to put systems and structures in my own business for the academy before, I start reaching out to them. So one of the things I need you all to know, first of all, because we're going to be discussing so many things. We're going to be talking about analytics, your metrics, your positioning, your niche, your demographics, the groups. I'm going to be suggesting groups you're going to join to increase your engagement. I'm also going to be talking about your niche. Some of you, by the time maybe we've done like 1 or 2 classes, you find out that you are in the wrong niche. We're going to be talking about your timing of your posts. We're going to science of reposting. We're about the depth of your expertise. We are going to be talking about your content. What kind of content are you writing? Is it long form content? Is it short form content? We're going to be talking about inbound strategies, outbound strategies. We're going to be talking about engagement strategies. It's quite a lot. There's a lot that we are going to deal with, and I am trusting that you're welcome. I am trusting that by the time we are done attending to all these things, that your game on LinkedIn will change. I need you to understand that some of these things we are going to discuss are actually things people pay for, premium courses people pay for, but I'm willing to ensure that this is done free. So while yes, it is massive, you know, I've not run my classes in a while because I needed to sort out my offline business, but I decided, okay, I'm going to dedicate my time to these groups of people, teach them, train them, share the strategies I use for myself to ensure that, you know, your brand becomes more visible. Because I'm sure you already know, as my headline says, I'm all about visibility, I'm all about being an authority in your field, and I'm all about storytelling. So it's not like we're going to focus on only, thank you so much there, it's not like I'm going to talk about only storytelling. I'm going to teach you the aspect of content writing. So there are some assignments, there's some things I'm going to share with you that I need you to start implementing almost immediately. Now you're going to give me screenshots of your headline, that first page, screenshot of your headline that shows your headline, actually, because I'm going to audit. I want to audit everyone's page here. Now, for those of you that are here, please subscribe to my channel. At least, if you can't even do anything, if you're not even going to pay me for all this, at least the best you can do is to subscribe to the channel. At least, you know, it will go a long way for me. So yes, so like I said, for those that missed out, thank you, Rosie. For those that missed out, I'll just quickly brief it again. Thank you, Coach K. We're going to discuss analytics. Now, analytics is something many people are not focusing on. For instance, thank you, Kenny. For instance, let's say you are like now, let me go back a bit. Now, the analytics is a combination of your impressions, your profile view, your engagement, if you have a newsletter, thank you, Sunday. If you have a newsletter, it will show you how many subscribers you've gotten and how many people actually read your article, right? So analytics is crucial to your growth on LinkedIn. It is something you need to be obsessed about. Thank you, Vicky. It's something you need to be obsessed about. Throughout the few weeks of these classes, I am going to force you to be obsessed about your analytics, because the metrics are what will help you to know which of your content is working and which of your content is not working. And I'm also going to encourage you, please, I do not want you people to use AI to write your posts. You can use it to guide you, but don't use it to write the posts. Please, you can use it to gather ideas, but you are also going to have to build your writing capacity. Reason being that on LinkedIn, if you do not have what they call USP, which is your unique selling point. Okay, yes, that's what I'm explaining. So if you do not have what they call your unique selling point, your content will not stand out from other people's content. I don't use AI to write. I write from my brain. The best writers don't use AI to write, because whatever information AI is giving you, it is giving 50 other creatives that exact same information. And that is why many people, when they write on LinkedIn, their post looks exactly like someone else's post. You need to understand, writing is nobody's born with the skill to write. You learn how to write. You learn it. And as you are doing it, as you are practicing it, you are getting better at it. right? Thank you very much for those who have subscribed. Please, if you have not subscribed, please do so. You have to understand, I am not saying you cannot use AI to write, but don't dump it word for word on your content. It will not help you grow. The best writers only use AI to guide. They don't use it as copy and paste. And if you have been copying other people's content, maybe you see their content, thank you Henry, you see their content, you copy it, then you now tweak small. You are not helping yourself. Why? Because that's what they call finding your voice. Your voice cannot be the same with Dr. Ish's voice. My voice cannot be the same with Rose's voice. Rose's voice cannot be the same with Henry's voice. Don't worry, we are going to break everything down. I'm telling you that it is not going to be sweet. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be tasking. But if you stick with me, your game will change. Because I don't know why. It's not like it's Christmas, but I just feel led to support you guys on this journey, because I've seen that many people are struggling on LinkedIn. So many. Thank you, Elizabeth. Right? So now we all know that when you talk about personal branding simply means, now just layman language, now it's a representation of who you are, your purpose, what you stand for. Your brand, your personal brand speaks to the kind of person you are. For instance, people would say that Dr. Ish's personal brand is storytelling. That is my own unique style. Right? Now, there are many VAs on LinkedIn. So what is it about you that is different from other people that are doing virtual assistance? This is where finding your niche comes in. Finding your niche is also part of your personal branding. Please, don't be deceived when people tell you just do general, just do general. Yes, you can start as general. Exactly, your X factor. You can do general, but there must be something different about you that is different from other people. You can use beautiful pictures on LinkedIn, good, but if your content itself does not have depth, people will get tired of you will lose engagement after a while. Please, what I want to beg you, don't be bothered about anybody having 200 reactions, 500 reactions. Close your mind up to that. We are going back to the source, to the background. We are going back to the background to dig into the factors that are not allowing you to be seen and to be heard on LinkedIn, right? So the first thing first we are going to do is to analyze your analytics. Some of you are following the wrong kind of people, and some of you are allowing the wrong kind of people to follow you. No problem, Wordsmith, no problem, I've got you. Right? When it comes to and positioning, because those are the two things we are going to attack, right? We are going to audit your what do they call it now? Your banner. Some of you, the problem may just be that your profile is not properly optimized. Thank you, Lady D. So the first thing on LinkedIn you need to know is yourself. Is your why am I here? Why am I doing this? What is my purpose? Who are the people that are their problem? Yes, you are a VA, but you are a virtual assistant. You are an executive assistant. You are a coach. But who are the people that you have the solution to their problem? Everybody, see, they are founders, they are CEOs, they are executives, they are business professionals, all positioned on LinkedIn. However, a good majority are there because they have a problem they need somebody to solve for them. So one of the content things I want you to take note of when you are writing your post from Monday is your post should start with an I and end with a U. I come again. Your content should start with an I and end with a U. They is not allowed. We is not allowed. Us is not allowed. Our is not allowed. When you are writing your content, You write your content as if you're talking to one person, right? So just stay with me. I know it may be a bit much, just stay with me. When you are writing your content from Monday, your content should talk one person. Never use "and as I spoke to them," or "when I was talking to they," "us," "we." See, plural is not allowed when you are writing, because whoever is reading your content needs to think you are talking to them. I need to be able to say, Brown's TV gets me. Brown's TV understands my pain. She's talking to me. Lady D understands my pain, right? So when you are writing your content, I give an example. Let's say you are using storytelling format now to write your content, and you are saying, and you want to talk about time management. Let's say as a virtual assistant, you want to talk about time management, how you help CEOs to manage their time. So when you are writing your content, you're supposed to start with, I have observed that CEOs like to multitask a lot, and in the process of trying to exactly personalize your content, know your purpose, I observed that always try to multitask. They like to do everything alone, and at the end of the day, they end up being less productive and not achieving anything. I have a CEO who I worked with 6 months ago who was experiencing burnout because she was trying to do so much for her organization. Only she is the secretary, only she is customer service, only she is attending to inquiries. She was doing too much. So her email was disorganized, her calendar was disorganized, her life was in chaos. But I was able to provide a solution for her in some areas of her life, and she got 20% increased productivity in her business. Now here's the right here. Whenever you are writing content, start with the problem. Sure that your introduction, the first 20 lines of your introduction, you know, when you're writing on LinkedIn, it's about 3,000 words, if I'm right. So your first 20 lines should talk to only the problem. No peripheral, no fluff, no greetings from Mars, greetings from my village. Oh, how are you people doing? Did you sleep well? Nobody has the time for that. If you cannot get the attention of your audience for the first 30 seconds, you've lost them. They're just going to scroll past. And which is why your hook is the most, oh, thank you, Coach K. Which is why your hook is the most important thing. Your hook should never, for those that have been in my class before, not be more than 24 words. Your hook, I repeat, should not, there's a science to it. Your hook should not be more than, thank you, Abisoye. Your hook should not be more than 24 words. Please note. And your first 30 lines, or let's say worst case scenario, 50 lines, should speak to the problem that you are trying to solve. I go again. Remember, when I was talking about a VA, she started, how ideally, if I were a VA, how I would start my own postings. I have a CEO who I worked with 6 months ago, landed in the hospital after 3 weeks of working 24 hours back to back. Now, when you reach that kind of hook, the first thing that comes to your mind is curiosity and interest. Without that emotional connection of curiosity and interest, they will not continue reading your post. Yes, it should start with the problem first. Now, another science to it is called the rehook, right? There's so much that, in fact, my head is even removing smoke. There's so much that you guys need to learn. Now, you have what they call the hook, which is the first 24 words that the audience are going to see. And you have what they call the rehook. The rehook is the next 20 words your audience are going to see. Because we have what they call clickbaits. Now, clickbaits are hooks that are deceptive in nature. When I mean deceptive in nature, it's like somebody telling you, oh, I just closed a $5,000 deal yesterday, right? Oh, and anybody that's going to be excited, wow, $5,000. Let me go and quickly, you know, let me quickly read this content. When you finish the hook, which is now a clickbait because it's deceptive, and you get to the rehook, which are the next 20-25 words, and you see that the person is now saying something totally different from the hook, what's the next thing that comes to your mind? This person is just wasting my time. On to the next. Yeah, unless you don't have anything else you are doing, then you may want to say, okay, let me just take my time and read through. Clickbait will not help your engagement. You need to stay away from clickbaits. And when you see people doing that thing, if it works for them, fine, but that's not good practice. That is not good writing practice. So here's what you do. Start your hook with a statement that ideally should be in the middle of a conversation. Another example is, can you imagine what this guy told me that he experienced on LinkedIn yesterday? Now, for those of that like gist, when we see such a hook, we are like, what's happening on the streets of LinkedIn? I need to read this. We die here. I want to hear what this person is going to say. And then the next thing is they jump into the post. Yes, exactly. Network marketing gimmicks. Yes, it all smells scammy. It smells like a scam. It looks like a scam. And remember that when you are positioned on LinkedIn, these three things are the only things anybody is going to use to buy into your product or your service. The KLT factor, I'm sure some of you have heard of it before. The KLT factor is before anybody buys into your service or your product, they must know you, they must like you, and they must trust you. Nobody is going to trust you if they don't know who you are. And the only way they can know who you are is through your content. You know, you can read some people's content and you can detect pride already in the way they write. You can read some people's content and you can detect humility in the way they write. You can read some people's content and you can detect that this person is an authority in their field. Right? So the first thing is, when you are writing for your audience, you are not writing for yourself. You are writing for them. So don't get lost in the trap of speaking about yourself. I see so many creators come on LinkedIn and they are saying, oh, I had such a terrible day. That's not bad. Or, oh, I traveled out of the country yesterday. Oh, excellent, congratulations. However, there is a problem when you continue in that line and there is no benefit to your audience when they are reading it. Now, when you have a target audience, right, you have what they call the target audience and you have what they call the ICP. Target audience are the people that are already in your community that either are interested in your services now or in the future, or for some reason dared to join your community. While your ICP, which is ideal client persona, are the ideal people that will buy into your product. So there are certain demographics of your ICP. So please, part of your assignment is go and write down the demographics of your ICP. Create an avatar of your ICP. An example of an avatar is, I am an executive coach and I am positioned to help female CEOs, executives to authority and visibility globally, strategically using stories, teaching them strategy and teaching them transformative leadership. So therefore, ICP are female CEOs, female founders, and female executives or senior professionals. That is the number one part of my target audience. Now, if I want to create an avatar of my target audience, I would say that my avatar, first of all, I start with the age range. What is the age range of my ICP? How old is my ICP supposed to be? So ideally, I have a wide range of ICP because of the number of years I've worked. But ideally, based on my positioning on LinkedIn, my ICP are between 30, 50. That's my ICP. CEOs, founders, professionals, 30 and 50. That is the age range. We're talking about the demographics here. The creating the avatar of your ICP. So between and 50 is the age range. You write that down. Now, which location am I going to find my ICP? Are they in Lagos? Are they in Nigeria? Are they in the US? Are they in the UK? Are they in Spain? Are they in Canada? Are they in Australia? I write it down. My ICP are global in different parts of the world. Now, if I now decide to niche further down and say black female CEOs, what does that tell you? I've automatically X'd white females out of my target audience or my ICP. But if I generalize it to say female CEOs and founders, that means both black and white that are between the age range of 30 and 50 are my avatar clients, right? Now, my avatar client also will either be a CEO who has been a CEO for 10 or 20 years, who has a large level of expertise but is unable to position herself successfully online. That is one of my avatars. Another avatar for a professional is somebody that has worked maybe in the banking sector, insurance sector, microfinance sector, telecom sector, a professional anyway in whatever field that has worked for a minimum of 5 years and above but is not properly positioned for visibility on social media. That is also my avatar. So you need to go back and write, how old is your avatar? What profession is your avatar? Is your avatar a banker? Is your avatar a doctor? Is a nurse? Is your avatar a mechanic? Is your avatar a fashion designer? So you need to write their profession. Then the location of your avatar. For those of us living in Lagos, are they on the island or are they on the mainland? Do they live in the rural area or do they live in the suburb? You write that down. Then what languages, if there is a need to know that. Then you also have to write, is your avatar single and searching or happily married or divorced? You write it down. Okay? For my own niche, whether the avatar is single or searching or divorced, it doesn't really matter for my own niche. However, if you're a marriage counselor, definitely it goes without saying that you are either a marriage counselor for married women who want their marriage to bloom more, or divorcees who are trying to recover, or single who are actively single, pringle, and searching outside there. Okay. I'm a UX designer. How do I position myself in a niche? So a UX designer. So now here's another thing. When it comes to explaining what you do, so I always tell people that when you are writing what you do or explaining what you do, and what I want you people to have is you use AI, tell AI things about yourself and tell it to create a brief 5-minute sales pitch for you. And also don't worry, I'll list everything in the WhatsApp group so that you won't get lost. You have to also learn how to pitch for yourself. Now, when you're also explaining to people what you do, whether in writing or in speech, you have to simplify your words. I always tell my students, when you are writing, write as if you are speaking to a 5-year-old. So, facts, news, and motivation. I'm so sorry, I can't see your name here, but that's what I can see. So, now I want you to me briefly summary. What does a UI UX designer do? So while you're answering that, let me continue. So once I see that, then I will be able to respond to your question. So when you are positioning yourself, right, after creating your avatar in terms of age, location, profession, means of livelihood, hobbies, you can include their hobbies there. See, there's so much to it. Once you've documented all this, you have a clearer idea where to find those people. Now, some of you may not even need to be on LinkedIn. The next question you ask yourself is, these people that I am looking for, where do they how do I put it now? Where do they gather themselves? Right? A product manager. Brown Stevie, are you a UX designer as well? Are you both a product designer and a UX designer? Please let me know. So once you finish creating your avatar, the next question, like I said, is to ask yourself, where are these clients located, right? Where are they located? All you need to do is to find out where they are located. Now, another way you can find out where they are located is to go to the search bar on LinkedIn, right? And click the profession. So let's say as a VA, you are a VA to doctors and nurses. You can just type doctors and nurses, in the search bar, and it will start pulling out records of doctors and nurses positioned on LinkedIn for you. There you can now start connecting with these doctors and nurses. And see, you must also know that any behavior you show to the algorithm is what it will continue with. If it notices that you are connecting consistently with doctors and nurses, it will keep sending you doctors and nurses. So you also have to be careful the kind of people you connect with. For instance, if you're a graphic designer and you keep following graphic designers, bear in mind that graphic designers and you being a graphic designer, you are competitors. You are not friends. You are competitors in the same industry. So ideally, as a graphic designer, your niche should either be creating visual storytelling designs or mind-blowing visuals or designs or flyers or representations or whatever way you want to put it. For it could be real estate practitioners, that is your niche as a graphic designer, or for people in the medical line, you must have a certain category of people. Don't be scared. Whoever it is that you are focusing on, there are many of them out there. Okay? LinkedIn search is so frustrating. It brings inactive people. Yes, I totally agree with you on that. Another way to find them, if you can find the people you want in your niche, if you can find 5 active people on your niche, right? Another way you can go about it is once you connect to those 5 active people, right? Look at the people that those 5 active people are also following. Maybe I'll do a screen record of that and drop in the group later. Use those active people to find who they see. Those active people, enter their posts. Go to their posts, find the people that are reacting to their posts. The people reacting to their posts, some of them are also the people you need to follow, right? For instance, if I am your target audience, right? Let's say I'm a nurse and I'm your target audience and I'm active. All you need to do is when I write my post, engage with my post. Now, if I have 50 reactions, click on all the 50 reactions. When you click on them, you will see the first few lines, the first few words of their headline. Without even checking their profile, you will know whether they are in the niche of people or the target audience of people you are looking for. Then you start connecting with them from there. I don't know if what I said is clear. The fact says I'm responsible for designing how digital products like web or app feel and how they function and flow for the user. So, long story short, web designer is that it? Facts, news, and motivation. So you are a UI UX designer responsible for designing digital products. Web designer, excellent. Now, web designers, right? I guess you can work for schools. You can work for schools. I think web designers can work for banks, schools, fintechs, so many industries, right? To do is you have to ask yourself as a web designer, list 5 kind of clients ideally that need your services and your products. Then ask yourself, out of the 5 clients, pick the best 2. Those 5 clients, ask yourself, out of these 5, which of these 5 types of clients are the most profitable? When you have answered that question, ask yourself, how many of these clients are positioned on LinkedIn? That is your first step to be able to identify your niche. All right? For instance, as a VA can be VA to a doctor, a nurse, a CEO, a founder, a coach, a business professional, even to creatives. That's like 7 clients for VA. However, creative may not pay financially so much. However, by a VA to the MD of a bank, wow, that's money. A VA, that's money. A VA to a owner of a fintech app, that's money. So you need to be able to define the kind of clients you want to attend to. Then you now rearrange your headline to speak to them. Speaking to them meaning that that particular pain point of those 2 or 3 people you've picked is what will show on your headline. Automatically they will gravitate to you without you advertising to them, right? So facts and news, if it's still not clear, you can still drop a chat in the WhatsApp group and I can do a voice note to explain further. So Samuel says, oh wow, please just give me a minute here. I'm so sorry, oh. NEPA has done us dirty, so please bear with me. Okay, yes, and now the heat has decided to come. Okay, yes, let me go through the comments. Okay, Samuel says health, tech, personal care, pharma, wellness, content creators. I'm trying to understand what this means. Someone, is this what you're positioned as, or these are your target audience? Please help me to be specific. I'm saying health tech, personal care, pharma, and wellness content creators. Please, can you help me to be specific so I'll know exactly what the issue is? Naomi Haruna, weight loss and acne consultant, an online tutor, and a content creator. Excellent. Weight loss and acne consultant. So Naomi, weight loss for which category of people? Is it plus size? Now, weight loss is different categories. Is it for busy professionals? Is it for the Gen Z? So is it for, there has to be a niche for your weight loss. Is it for women weighing 80 kg and above? That is the obese category. So you need to specify weight loss. You can't, weight loss is large, general, you can't generalize it. So is it weight loss for diabetic patients? Is it weight loss for PCOS people experiencing PCOS and hormonal imbalance? So you need to be able to define the kind of people you are handling weight loss for. Online tutor for who? What category of people? You have to be very, very specific here. Okay? Brown TV says anyone. Oh, product designer for who? You need to have See, the thing about this is you need to have a problem you can solve. Once you identify the problem you can solve, the next question is, who are the sets of people that are experiencing this problem, this particular problem? Yes, it's broad. So we need to, it's NEPA that did me dirty. I'm so sorry. So I had to use Nigeria. So I had to use Nigeria. just said it's from my end, oh. Nigeria. Never wanted to disgrace me. The devil is a liar. Thank you. All right. So yes, those are the audience I write for. Okay, those are the audience you write for. Okay, let me go back to where you said. You write for farmer and wellness. Okay, you are a farmer and wellness content creator. Okay, but I think this is still wide. So farmer and wellness for what category of, select the category of people. Wellness for who? Diabetic patients. Wellness for ulcer patients. Wellness for their, list the ailments. God forgive me, oh please, ailments or diseases, whatever way you want to call it, problems. List the problems. Pharma is wide, wellness is wide. Wellness is in so many categories. So define what aspect of wellness are you an expert in. That's why they call it authority, thought leader. You can only be an authority of, well, I mean, some people are good in like 2 or 3 or more niches, right? But you need to be able to identify who are this category of people in the wellness part. When you say wellness, it can be people recovering from PTSD. It can be people recovering from a drug, a wellness for people that are suffering drug or substance abuse, right? There are pharmaceutical aspects of that. So you need to go and do more research on the particular kind of people that if they tap you in the night and say this person has a problem, without thinking or researching, you already have the solution. Samuel, please let me know if what I said made some sense. Okay. Okay, so as a childcare service provider and parenting coach, I help busy parents move from distracted to mindful parenting to raise wholesome, independent children and build thriving homes. Busy parents of which sector? Every parent is busy. Even a vulcanizer that is a parent is busy. We are all hustling. As parents, we are all hustling for money in Nigeria. Now wow, look at me sweating along over. We are all hustling for money in Nigeria. So be okay. Which kind of busy parents are you talking about? Is it busy parents in the financial institution? Thank you, Jesus. Is it busy parents in the financial institution? Is it busy parents in the tech industry? You need to classify which kind of, you can pick 2 or 3 industries, right? You can pick 2 or 3 industries. Busy parents. Is it busy divorced women? Is it busy married women? So his parents is wide. There are different categories of parents. So you need to be specific, because that is what will guide us when we are going to handle the issue of content calendar. Taiwo says shipping lines specialized in container management. Shipping lines specialized in, so container management for who? Is it for the people bringing in fairly used clothes? Is it for people bringing in pharmaceutical drugs? Is it for people in container management? What are the different segments or aspects of container management that you have an expertise in? 1 or 2. There must be segmentation, because this is what will help you to properly position yourself in your niche. Weight loss for young people finding it difficult to lose weight and are confused on what to do. Again, online tutor to kids between the ages of 5 to 13 years. What do they call kids between 8 to 5? 5 to 13 years is a wide range. is either you're an online tutor to teenagers or you're an online tutor to toddlers. You can't mix it, because the way you teach a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old is entirely different from the way you will teach a 13-year-old. So you need to go back to your drawing board and ask yourself, out of these 5 to 13, they're different. You know, you have the toddlers, you have the teenagers, you have the preteens, and you have the young adults. So you need to go back and ask yourself, which of them can I start with one, be known for one, then you can now build on and add on. You cannot add toddler, you cannot add this, you cannot add that, but start with one, focus on it, obsess on it. You cannot be a thought leader in many things. Become a thought leader in one, then you cannot start adding others small. Moving on. What of brand storyteller for small business owners? Small business owners is also wide. Small business owners in fintech are there. Small business owners in financial institutions, educational institutions is there. There are educational institutions that are small. Every industry has small, medium, and established. So you need to be able to say, which industry am I? Small business, there are many now. Even people selling plantain on the roadside are small business owners. The people selling roasted granules, they are small business. They are micro. They're called micro business owners. They are under SMEs. So you need to be able to specify which small business. Is it education? Is it health? Is it financial organization? You need to be able to. So people flying plantain, they are small business owner. That's the truth. It's only that they don't have structure. But you know, these days, people are if you have packaging, you have turned to a big time business. You have people that are selling Zobo. You know, you have the local roadside Zobo seller, and you have the ones that package it into as if they're selling Coke and Fanta. It's packaging that now differentiates who is micro, who is small, and who is established. Okay? So please, Wordsmith, please, you need to be able to ask yourself, which industry? Check out the last clients you've been working with for the past 1 year or 2 years. Which category? Is it that you're having more bankers coming to you, or you're having more, you know? You should be able to say, these are the recent kind of clients I've been having more in these recent times. If those recent clients coming to you that are having more and not the type you want to attend to, then you have to change your marketing style to attract the right kind of people to you. I'm an executive virtual assistant and business support for business professionals and small business owners. I assist them by handling their admin, tax, book, and rev. Good, Ebos, this is good. Executive virtual assistant and business support for busy professionals. Home, you have scattered it. You cannot be for busy professionals, which is even so wide. For home, which is so wide. And small business owners, you have ended up not saying anything to anybody. Busy professionals have different niche. Small business owners, I'm sure you heard what I was telling the wordsmiths, have different niche. So please, Ebos, pick one. Is it that you're executive assistant and business support for business professionals, or you are for small business owners, or you are for home? Cancel two first. Focus on one and gain momentum. Then you can now go and add home and add small business. So you decide which one you are on. So when we're having another class, let me know what you have decided on, or you can drop in the chat group when you've decided, and we'll take it from there. So please, busy professionals is wide. There are so many niches under busy professionals. Same with home and small business owners, right? So that is that for that. Okay, I am an edtech storyteller, ghostwriter. I help edtech founders, C-suites, and CEOs turn their boring pitches into stories that hook investors in 5 seconds. Edtech founders, C-suites, and CEOs are three entirely different areas. The edtech founders, that means you are in, that is education, which is a different industry. Now, C-suites and CEOs of which industries are there? You have to ask yourself, are there CEOs for under education? Are there C-suite executives under education? If yes, those are the people you are supposed to add to your headline. And then turn their boring pitches. It sounds derogatory to me. So if you say someone's pitch is boring, I'm not totally in alignment with that word boring. You need to find another word to use. I would have preferred turn their brands, maybe like transform. I prefer transform their pitches into unforgettable stories. Irresistible and unforgettable stories, right? Please, let's remove the word boring. Okay, then you also need to ask yourself, for me, if you ask me, I think you should just, okay, first of all, go and do a research. EdTech founders, C-suite and CEOs, which ones are more positioned on LinkedIn? Please give me feedback on that. I'd love to know how to write my headline properly to incorporate brand storytelling, ghostwriting, and proofreading and editing. Hey, brand storytelling, ghostwriting, proofreading, and editing. So here's what you're going to do. Brand storytelling. Pick the industry you want to specialize in. Add ghostwriting. But you see that proofreading and editing, don't bother putting it on your headline, because it is something ideally most people are supposed to be able to do. It may not be seen as an exceptional task. So this is what you can do. When you're writing your content, you talk about the proofreading and editing. I give an example. I'm a public speaking coach. I teach people how to speak in public. I teach people how to be able to present, but it is not on my headline. So I talk about it in my content. I speak about it. I can give an example and say, okay, so one of my students came and I'm trying to encourage her to start video storytelling, but I noticed that she has a problem speaking in public. Therefore, I had to start taking her on a crash public speaking course. Now, I have systematically included it in my content to whoever, my audience, yes, my content or post to whoever is reading, to let them know that I train in public speaking. Is it making sense? Wordsmith. So please, you can inculcate brand storytelling and ghostwriting. We can talk about that in another class or in the group. But instead of proofreading and editing, just remove it. Put it in your content when you are writing your content. Okay? How about those that are just starting BEJ but wants to gain visibility first before niching on audience? We are just starting and you want to gain visibility before niching. I'm confused though. So let me tell you something. On LinkedIn, you need to be consistent for a minimum of 6 months before you can start gaining visibility. A minimum of 6 months to start gaining visibility. And if you are not ready to niche down immediately, it's not compulsory you niche down. I am doing like 3 different things on my own, on my own headline. However, I had a way I systematically put it in. So I write a lot about different things. I'm into personal branding, storytelling, public speaking, LinkedIn growth, and there's one more, sales. Those 5 are what I do, right? But I speak more to them in my content. So you can actually carve a niche but still talk about other things you do in your content. So when you are writing your content, look at the comment section, what people are saying. It is based on the response of what people are giving you that will let you know whether you should quickly run back and add them to your headline or remove what is on your headline, and the things they're talking about in your content are what should be on your headline. Don't worry, you will still find clarity. You know, today is day 1. It's just like when a friend of mine, she's about 120 kg. She's trying to lose weight, but she wants to lose everything in one day. I say, madam, you use 10 years to gain this weight. You cannot lose it in one day. So, but don't worry, clarity will come to you. I retired from a shipping company and now position myself as a container management consultant. It's in a shipping company, making sure containers are where they should be at the right time. Okay, making sure containers should be where they should be at the right time. container management. Okay, so really it doesn't have anything to do with any niche. Okay, so to position yourself on LinkedIn, well, is there any other skill you have apart from container management consultant? Because the people that you speak to are people that are shipping cars, shipping drugs, shipping fairly used. So maybe part of your target audience will be pharmacists. Let me use pharmacists for an example. That's Taiwo now. I'm talking to Taiwo Fatoyibo. Let's use pharmacists as an example. So let's say they shipping, you need to itemize who are those people that ship things regularly. So those are the people you will put on your headline, that you manage their container, that you're a consultant, you're a container management consultant for those kind of people. So if it is pharmacists that are always shipping things regularly, so that means you're a container management consultant for pharmacists, for people in the health industry, which is pharmacists and whatever. If it's a container manager for people that are shipping cars, you write it. So you need to go and find out who are those sets of people that are shipping things regularly. So it's not just saying the container should be where it should be. Who are the people that are shipping regularly? It is those people that you will put on your headline, and so that when they look at your headline, they'll say, oh, okay, this is the person I should go and meet. Okay. Brand identity strategies that help CEOs, founders, and engineers create a profitable, scalable, and globally recognized dream brand using strategic graphic identity positioning. Wow. Profitable, scalable, and globally recognized dream brand using strategic graphic identity positioning. I think this is a lot. Profitable, scalable, and globally recognized brand. So yes, brands are profitable and scalable. They can be profitable. If they're profitable, then I think they're already scalable. Globally recognized dream brand using strategic graphic identity positioning. So in other words, this is graphic designing, if I'm correct. Okay, I'll still come back to this. Sorry, I had to still come back to this. Virtual assistant environment just as that can be combined. Content writer, virtual assistant and environmental, that can virtual assistant and environmental enthusiast, can they be combined? No, my darling, they can't be. You have to pick one, because virtual assistant is wide, environmental enthusiast is also wide. So you can speak about being an environmental enthusiast in your content, but when you are arranging your headline, please, virtual assistant, pick the industry that you do your virtual assistant for. I'm a content writer and administrative virtual assistant. I help CEOs and coaches write compelling contents that boost engagement and increase productivity. I help CEOs and coaches write compelling content that boost engagement and increase productivity. Okay, so you can add within how many days are they going to see the results of this your engagement. You can say they can see a 20% increase in engagement and visibility and productivity within 30 days or within 60 days. Just let it be a realistic timeline. CEOs and coaches in which industry? You also need to specify that so that you have a more targeted audience. Blessing Awarin, I'm a copywriter and certified paid ad specialist. I help B2C brands and digital product owners scale their revenue using ads, engagement content, and creative strategy. Copywriter, certified paid specialist, paid ad specialist. On which platform? Paid ad specialist on which platform? Where is your expertise? Is it for Facebook, for YouTube, for LinkedIn, for Instagram? This paid ad, where are you specializing it? So it needs to be stated. Don't generalize that one. So that is what will boost your copywriting. So you are a copywriter. It means that you combine the copywriting skill and paid ad specialty to boost engagement. On which platform? So you have to specify on which platform, and you have to specify which industry. So this paid ad specialty, which B2C brands and digital product owners in which industry? Is it B2C brands in fintech? Is it B2C brands in healthcare? Is it B2C brands in education? You need to specify, right? Virtual assistants and business support for busy professionals. Handle the admin tasks, book and bookkeeping. Business support for busy professionals. And the busy professionals, boss, in which industry now? There are many kinds of busy professionals. Busy professionals in the financial industry, busy professionals in healthcare, busy professionals in education, busy professionals in telecoms, busy professionals that are engineers, busy professionals where? You need to state it. I'm a content writer and storyteller specialist. I help brands and individuals bring their words to life in a way that connects. Content writer and storytelling specialist. Which kind of brands do you tell these stories for? This content writing, which industries? You guys need to be specific. Which industries are you doing this for? You're a storyteller specialist. You generalized it now. Brands and individuals, where? Executive assistant and data analytics. Well, yes, it does. But you also need to specify the industries. Facebook and ID, excellent. So you can add it. Facebook and ID, I think copywriter and art specialist. I hope I got that right. Executive assistant, Vicky, executive assistant, help executives and entrepreneurs stay organized, admin support, content writing. This is bland now, Vicky. Executive virtual assistant. I help executives and entrepreneurs. In which industry? Which executives, Gongo, are you helping? Which entrepreneurs are you helping? You remember I started this class with understanding who your ICP is, creating an avatar. Once you create an avatar of your ICP, which is their age, their location, their religion, their hobbies, their likes, their dislikes, that is the kind of people that should show on your headline. So when they see your headline, they automatically know that you are the one that can solve their problem. Okay, Vicky. I'm a website developer for founders to boost their business visibility and increase their sales. Founders where? Is it fintech founders? Is it edutech founders? Is it app developer founders? Founders where? You need to specify. Pick 2 industries and put. Content strategist and copywriter. Can hooks be questions or demo? No, it can be questions too. It can be questions. I'm a content strategist and copywriter for coaches, helping them save content creation time. I'm also a digital skills enthusiast, teaching people about digital skills. Content creator for coaches in which kind of coach now? You can't be content creator for all coaches. You can't be a copywriter for all coaches. So coaches where? You need to go and ask yourself, what are your own specialties? What part of copywriting and content strategy for the industry that suits your belly the most? Then digital skills enthusiast. Which part of digital skills? There are so many digital skills. Which of these skills are you most enthusiastic about? We'll still address it anyway. Are you saying I should restructure my headline into something like I help people battling weight loss and I help plus size people lose weight. I help, it should be better. I help plus size women, or I help plus size men. I help busy plus size women. You see, that's another one again though. I help plus size women, or I help busy plus size women, or I help busy plus size women in the financial industry. See, different niches though. So start with I help. You can, just so that you don't get confused, you can start with I help plus size women. I help plus size women battling PCOS, acne, and add one other thing to shed weight and have better skins. Naomi, I hope you got that too. Can we work for more than one industry, man? I do website design. Yes, pick 2. How do we get this specific ICP? Okay, just remind me in the chat group so that I can do it. It's already, we need to round up in the next 5 minutes. We just drop questions in the chat group for me. I'll respond to them. My battery is already running out, so we need to end this class in the next few minutes. Drop it there, and please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, at least for the little value you are getting, please subscribe to this channel. I believe that you've gained value today, and if you've gained value today, please drop an emoji as well for me. Please don't forget, before you leave today, subscribe to this channel. I help CEOs. Okay, Naomi, great. I help CEOs. Any other question you have for me, you can drop it in WhatsApp group. I'll definitely respond. I help CEOs, businesses, and startups enhance productivity and drive business growth by thank you, dear. I help CEOs, businesses, and startups. CEOs, businesses, and startups. Startup alone is another niche. Enhance productivity and drive business growth by delivering reliable and strategic virtual assistance and sister, CEOs, business owners, startups. If you want my advice, I will say I help startups, because startup no startup they are all CEOs and businesses. So this is like tautology, it's like saying the same thing 3 times. Businesses and startups are the same thing. It's just that startups are smaller. They're all called SMEs, small, medium, and established. Startups is small businesses, right? Business is business. So remove businesses, remove CEOs. Let's hit it down home. I help startups in the fintech industry, or startups in the education industry, or startup in the hospitality industry. Startups where? Right? Remove CEOs and businesses. Startups. So specify which startups you want to help to enhance their productivity, comma, not and, comma, drive business growth, and deliver. Okay. Enhance productivity and drive business. So there are 3 things you should do. Please take note, everybody. Always have 3 things you offer on your headline. In your own case, Benita, productivity, drive business growth, scale the business, right? Drive business growth or increase revenue. So you can add that. Productivity, scale business, drive business growth, or increase revenue. Pick 3. By delivering reliable and strategic virtual assistance and customer support services. I hope you got that. Right? Thank you, Ebos. Okay, thank you so much. Love you too, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. So guys, we need to end class now. I hope you got impact. I hope you got value. If you have, I think maybe I should be able to still accommodate a few more people. So you have friends on LinkedIn who still want to join this class. Induction is on Monday, so please just mention it in the group, and I can drop. Okay, I'll drop the link in the group. So maybe we can just round it up to having 100 in the class. Induction is on Monday, so please don't miss the induction on Monday, because we also share value. I want you guys to grow, and I wish you all. Thank you, Bironke. Thank you so much, Samuel. God bless you too. Please, if you have questions, the group is open for discussion. Ask. Even if I don't respond immediately, I will respond later. Anyone I cannot type, I will send a voice note. Please don't be ashamed. There's no stupid question. There's no crazy question. Anything that's giving you difficulty, this is your opportunity to learn it. If there's any other particular topic you want me to talk about in our next class, please do well to mention it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, the What's Me. Thank you, Efosa. No problem, darling. No problem. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all, and I hope to see you all grow. So this is I'll give you assignments. Please, I give assignments a lot, so I'm going to be giving you loads and loads of assignments. But what I need you guys to do is I'll share it in the group. My battery is already running out. I'll share it in the group. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Thank you so much for showing up today. Please share the word. Those that did not come for today's class, please, I want you to do untoy for them inside the WhatsApp group. Please, just do untoy and tell them you missed value. Let them know they missed value. Thank you so much, guys. I wish you an excellent weekend once again. Have a lovely day. All right, and please drop your comments also in the WhatsApp group if you got value. If there's any part of what I said that really resonated with you, drop it inside the WhatsApp group as well, so that those that missed the class too, so it will pepper them very well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, BEG. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely day once again, and I'll see you in class. Good night.